class.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
something
Fine, yeah. So I'll cut you a break. Physics tomorrow it must be. Has to be.
yeah, it should be.
Why you
Yes.
not do physics today?
At 2.
Because today is maths.
You send the report.
The what?
Did you see the report?
Yeah.
Now,
Hi, Kumar. How are you?
Not
Yeah.
good. Not good. I not send the report.
oh, go on.
Okay.
You make teachers sad.
Huh?
Nothing at all.
It's not nothing more than half of it. But we need to
But it's the rain.
Yeah.
I think you're in the wrong room. Nader, maybe it's that room there. What am I doing? Last time we were doing domain and range.
Yeah.
Did you try any of them?
I don't know the range.
Yeah, the ring is big.
Range is hard, isn't it?
I moved to the domain.
The domain is easy.
Did you do the domain and range? Yeah, but the range is hard. And the domain. So everything was hard.
No, the domain is easy, but there is one question about the E.
Okie doke, we can do that one. Which one do you want me to do? Which one?
F.
Okay. All real numbers is the answer.
Or
Why?
wait, what?
F. Let me zoom in. F. All real numbers. Why is it all real numbers?
Because the E.
The inside the is all responsible.
Give me a sentence.
The E, log E. But I know the E always be like that.
Okay, yeah. Why? Well, the E can take any number. No numbers are forbidden. So, X can be anything. Everything's allowed. So, all real numbers. Anything else?
The range.
The range.
Range.
Yeah, okay, let's have a look at those. Which ones though?
Link.
Huh?
Link.
This one? Okay, okay. X squared minus 35x plus 304. Come on, get a bit stuck. Oh, my battery came in today. I have to collect it from the post office. So now we'll be back in action.
You found it in A?
What?
No, left.
Yeah, it was left behind in A41. That shows how overworked I am. So I don't usually leave things behind. Right. Gx equals log x squared minus 35x plus 304. We need x squared minus 35x plus 304 to be positive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why?
Because it's log.
But
And
I thought the first step is
no, sorry. Oh wait, are we doing domain or range?
range.
Apologies.
Equal Y.
So sorry. I forgot what I was doing. Y equals log x squared minus 35x plus 304. Yeah? Then I could say EY equals x squared minus 35x plus 304. Yeah.
That's the E.
Yes, the E. X squared minus 35x plus 304 minus EY equals 0. And then I need this to be solvable. So what type of problem is this? The quadratic. That's what I mean, like the quadratic equation. So when are quadratics solvable? When can you solve them?
Yeah,
Yeah, but something else.
sure.
Yeah, what about the discriminant?
Equals 0 or
Yes. So here we have b squared minus 4ac. That should be positive. 600, no, 1225? We need this to be true. So what's that, an 8, is it? 1225 minus 1216 is an 8. It's a 9. Goodness, I managed to square this, but I couldn't subtract this. 4EY, now that minus that is positive 9. So when it goes to the right, it becomes negative 9. And then I divide by 4. So we need EY to be bigger than minus 9 over 4. And in fact, EY is always bigger than minus 9 over 4 because EY is always positive. So in this case, it's the real numbers. Now, what I think is happening here is this quadratic probably is never negative. So the G is good. I mean, I'm willing to bet that this quadratic doesn't have oh no, it might have factors. B squared minus 4ac3. Oh no, it does have factors. Yeah. But to help us see this, let's draw it in a graphing program. Now, I should tell you, please note. It only happened in this example that the answer is all real numbers. In a different example with a different quadratic, you could get a different answer. Like, for example, here. Come on, pen. Like, let's imagine this is positive 9 over 4. What would you do next?
9 over 4.
No?
Log.
You put log on both sides. So for example, if this is a positive 9 over 4, you get y is greater than or equal to log 9 over 4.
Why?
So, what do you mean why? You forget how to do this?
To find the y.
Well, I know how to do this, but why do you do this? If it's
Log
positive.
equal 1.
Why?
Why what?
Why do?
Oh, Sharif, don't break my heart. My heart is breaking. You know what we're trying to do? We're trying to get the y.
To find the y.
Yeah. So I need to put log on both sides. Yes. So if it was positive
Why didn't you do it in the negative?
because you can't take log of negative. Try it. Yeah. But you know this. Deep down in your heart, you know this. Where the heck is Mir actually, now that I think about it? I just noticed he's gone. No? Late night in the garage. Huh?
How did you know the statement should be bigger or equal to 0?
Oh, Sharif! The steps! Step 1. You set it equal, you set it the y
Yeah.
instead of the g.
And solve for y.
And then you equal 0. And then, no, not that you solve for y. No. What you do is you say when will it be, not zero, that was the previous step. What's the word here? Solvable. So that's different. We're looking to make this equation solvable. That means we want this to have an answer. And from semester 1 you know that we require this to be positive to have an answer. This is the key thing. When will it be solvable? Oh. You look confused. You're confused? We'll do more examples then. Yeah? Yeah. How many did you try, Fuang?
I'm not trying the ring.
What? That's a disgrace. Iyad? Was it chemistry and physics weekend, or just chemistry weekend?
Chemistry and physics.
Was it really?
And a little math.
And a little maths. Mm-hmm.
Hey, I do the domain and the
Implicit? Now say it, please.
Say what?
The word you were just saying.
Implicit.
Good. Implicit what?
Differentiation.
Good, good, good. What's a string?
String?
Yes. Yes.
The.
Yes. What else have we forgotten now? What's data?
Data?
Yes.
No?
No, that's delta.
Oh, it's different.
Yes, it's different.
How can I say that one?
D-A-T-A. Oh no, just a little bit.
No, it's very false.
No, it's not. Look at this guy. He only has a shirt on. Are you cold?
No.
And you're sitting by the window?
Yeah.
Yeah. If you'd like, you can move. Are you cold? Fuang, are you
No.
cold? No. And look. Mishri, you have 3 layers on. Do you have like
But I'm
t-shirt,
cold.
shirt, and...
I'm sick.
Okay, why don't you sit, where's the warmest part of the room? But besides the projector, there's heat coming out of that. You're sick? Too much study making you sick?
Too much.
Too much? Okay, we'll do some more range examples. Can I scroll down?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Do you want an easy one or a hard one?
Hard.
A hard one? Okay. I'll just give you a minute to write it down. So, a really hard one or a hard one?
Like,
I don't think that might come up in the
Exam word.
Exam worthy?
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, well I think K is the hardest one. So if you can write it down at least, then we'll do it. Did I ever open that program for making the graph? That's what I was in the middle of doing before I got distracted by Mir not being here. Okay, did you write it down? Yeah? Okay. So, if you just read it back to me now in a sec.
Fx equals...
What? Yeah, fx equals x squared
minus 4x
minus 4x.
minus 5
Yeah.
over x squared minus 4x plus 3.
Right. First step, Musharif, what do you do?
Y equals x squared minus 4x minus 5.
And Fuang, next step?
multiply the down.
The down is called
The down.
not down. No, no. Life is not that easy. The thing on the down thing. Anybody know its name? Denominator.
Denominator.
Maybe you should write that down. Yeah, you're right. So you multiply by the denominator, and then next. What's next? Does anyone know?
Equal to 0.
Yeah. So first, let's multiply it across. Then we'll multiply it out.
Out?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
And then we'll take this to the left, as you said, to make it equal to 0. So we have y minus 1x squared plus 4 minus 4y x plus 3y plus 5 equals 0.
What is
Mhm.
the last bit?
Grouping like terms together. So for example, this I can put with this to make this. Now what's next? Well, what type of equation is this? Quadratic. And when is a quadratic solvable? Yep, when the discriminant is greater than or equal to 0. So that means you have 4 minus 4y squared minus 4ac greater than or equal to 0. Okay, so we get 16 minus 32y plus 16y squared minus 4 bracket bracket y squared.
3y squared.
Thank you, Musharif. 3y squared, 2y minus 5. 3y squared. So I get 16 minus 32y plus 16y squared minus 12y squared minus 8y plus 20. 4y squared. Whoa, what's happening? 4y squared minus 40y plus 36. I can divide everything by 4. Plus 40y plus 36. Dividing by 4. 4y squared plus 10y plus 9.
Minus 40.
Thanks, Musharif. My pen is failing me. So this definitely has factors. It's y minus 9, y minus 1 greater than or equal to 0. Now, the 1, 9 greater than or equal to 0 means I want this piece. Minus infinity to 1. That's a weird looking one, sorry. Bracket 20. And the other one should be closed as well. Open. The heck? I'm in some weird mode. Let me get my pen back. Yeah, that one, you're right, it is closed. Oh, come on. Yeah. Pen. Right, open here, closed here, and open here. That's the answer. Now, we have to double check something here. Can I just go back? For this to work, we also need y to not equal 1. Why is that? Any ideas?
X will equal 0.
Not quite. Well, maybe you know it. Give me more words.
It will be
Because the x squared, if y minus 1 is 0,
Then, yes, go on.
so the x squared will be 0
And? Why is that a problem?
and
No longer quadratic.
Yeah, so we can't use this. But there's a further problem as well. Not only will this no longer be a quadratic, it will no longer be an equation because this piece here
Will be
is 0, which means there's no x in it. So we have to exclude 1 because we can't solve it if it's 1. Now, that's okay. Well, no, that's not okay because I included 1 here. So now I have to make this open
Okay.
to not include the 1. Now, I said this was a hard one. The good news is this is the hardest one. So this is maximum difficulty. Yeah. As promised, I want to show you some graphs here. Don't worry, I'm not deleting this. I'll come back to this, but I just want to show you its graph. Can you read out the original question, please? It was x squared.
minus 4x minus 5.
Yeah.
Or
Oh,
x squared minus 4x.
plus 30.
Yes.
Plus 35?
3.
Now, do you remember what I said the range represents on the graph? What is the range on the graph? Do you remember? Are you sure you don't remember? No? Pretty sure I told you, but if I didn't, I'm telling you now. The range represents the y values, the y-axis on the graph. So if you look at your answer here, you said from minus infinity to 1, and then 9 to infinity. Yeah. Now look at the graph. Minus infinity to 1, then there's a gap, and then here it resumes from 9 to infinity. Can you get the 9? Yes. Can you get the 1? Not really. I know it looks like you can, but this doesn't actually reach the 1. You know, it's trying to get to the 1, but it doesn't get there. If I zoom in, I might be able to show you that. See, here's the 1 here, and can I draw it? Let me try and draw this line in. See, it doesn't actually quite reach the 1, but it should reach the 9. See, it hits the 9, doesn't quite hit the 1. So it's from minus infinity to 1, not including 1, and then 9 to infinity. Now, does seeing it on the graph help understand what you're doing here? And the first question I want to draw, the log, what was it? Do you have it there, or do I need to go back? Oh, you have it, sorry, go ahead. Log, yeah,
X squared
Yeah.
minus 35x
yeah.
304.
Now, since the answer was all real numbers, then the graph should have all real numbers on the y. Let's see. It doesn't. It does? Let's see if I zoom out, if I can see what's happening there. Oh, it doesn't. Oh, I've done something wrong with that question. Unless the graph is really bad here. Zoom in.
Would the bracket make a difference? Like lemon bracket.
I'm surprised by this. I could have sworn I did the question right. Better have a look at it, so. Well, before I go back to this, Alright, before I go back to this, write this one down. Something went wrong in the last one. Be strong. Help her, she's weak.
Thank you.
Oh, Fuang!
Yeah?
Nothing. Right, you have this? Mushrif?
Yeah.
Do you know what I think I forgot to consider? I think I forgot to consider in the log question, you can't use all the x's, because originally I was trying to find the domain. But I don't know, this should have worked as well. Unless I made a mistake, but let's have a look. Can I go back now? Right, let's check this out. Right, first thing, did I write the question down right?
Yes.
I did.
Same.
I put E on both sides. Like that, like that, like that.
Wait.
Yes.
Why the second step to the third step?
I put E on both sides.
E on both.
Yeah?
4AC. Minus 4AC.
Yeah.
A is 1 then.
Yeah.
So we're just going 35 squared minus 4 times 304 minus EY, or is it
Yeah,
minus?
no, that's the right signs. B squared, yeah, minus 4AC, yeah. B squared minus 4, that's a plus.
Oh, you just excluded the one because.
Can you type in log 9 over 4?
0.8109.
It's, Can you put 17 into this? 17 squared minus 35 times 17 plus 304.
Seventeen squared
The log of that?
No, just the number first.
Minus 2.
Ah, okay. That's what's happening here. This part is... Oh, of course. Yeah. This part is cut out because we can't use the x's here. That's why it's missing from the graph. Do you know what I mean? This is cut off because we cannot use the x's here. But what I can't tell is if this goes down to infinity. I think it does. I think the answer's still okay, but I need to zoom in. Where's center on cross? Right, zoom in. No, that's wrong. Where's I can't tell if this is going down to infinity, but what I could tell... Right, let me just check something here. Can we solve this? Yes. (19) and 6. As x gets to 19 or 16, it should shoot down to infinity, because if you watch what happens, log of say 15.9, no, 18.9. What the heck am I doing? Sorry. Okay, so let me put in, for example, 18.9 here.
Why?
Huh?
Why?
We can't put in 19 because 19 makes this quadratic 0, and we can't have log of 0, so I'm going to get as close to 19 as possible. So I'm going to sub in 18.99. And that's, oh, because I've gone past 16, sorry. I should put in 15.99. 15.99. Oh, first. Minus 3.5, okay. Now, what about if I put in something even closer? 15.999999. Yeah, okay. So you cannot see it from the graph. The graph is being cut off, but it is shooting down to minus infinity. If I just draw the graph again, no, Stephen, no. Where's my log one gone? Here. The problem is the graph in program, not the graph. This actually does go down to minus infinity. And does this go up to infinity? Well, it should, because we said all real numbers. So you might think, oh, but this doesn't look like it goes to infinity. Where does it look like it goes to? Or something, yeah? But again, it's just because of the graph. If I zoom out, I can see it gets bigger. But very slowly. But do you see how it's moving up as I zoom out? Whoops, wrong way. No. Zoom out. No, wrong way.
Five multiplied by 10 to the minus 5.
You can't see it because it's growing so slowly, but like for example, if I put in a large value of x here, sub in, let's say x is 100. I get 8.825. Now if I put in something like 1,000, I should get something more. $13.7. But by the way, do you see how slowly it's increasing? At 100 I got 8, at 1,000 I got 13. So it is going up to infinity, but extremely slowly. And it does go down to minus infinity, but it goes down so quickly, that's why you can't see it on the graph, that it looks broken. Because what happens is it comes along and then shoots straight down to minus infinity, and that's why the graph is broken here. And it actually does go up to infinity, but so slowly. I'll do one more. I'll do, give me a big number. 1 billion?
99999.
A trillion. 1,000, million, billion, trillion. 55. Still getting, it's still bigger, but so slow. Okay, I suppose we might as well make this first lesson a tutorial, since that's how it's become. So, since we're looking at range, do we want to look at something else now, like anything from implicit or anything else we did last week? Why don't you check your notebook and see, okay? I have the questions here as well. But like I said, K is the hardest one here.
how about sin cos?
Oh yeah, well I do a sine one. I'll make one up. Something like
This also have in
the exam?
no the homework.
Yeah, it was in the homework, yeah. Let's make up an example. Let's say I have something like fx equals 2 sine x plus 1. Now, what's the first step?
Sine x equal.
Y equals 2 sine x plus 1. Correct? Then we have y minus 1 equals 2 sine x. Yes? And then we have y minus 1 over 2 equals sine x. When is this solvable? Now, okay, I could make it equal to 0. I won't make it equal to 0 just to make it a little bit easier to see. When is this solvable? Well, think about what you need to do next. What will be the next step in solving this?
Sine inverse.
Sine inverse. And that's the key. This here,
Again.
it can't actually, because you can't get sine inverse of any number. Only certain numbers. Which numbers? So you can take the sine of any number, but you can't take the sine inverse of any number. You can only sine inverse a number that's could be negative.
1 over. Between poles.
Between minus 1 and 1 is what you're allowed to do for sine inverse. Yeah. So in other words, we have to solve this. Do you remember doing this in semester 1?
We can say
You can split it into 2, or as I prefer, I'll multiply everything by 2, and then I'll add 1 to everything. And that's the range. Now there is another way to do this. What does the range represent on the graph? The y. What is the biggest value this graph can be? Do you remember doing the trigonometry graphs? The biggest it can be, does anyone remember? The biggest value this could be?
19.
No? How did you do these graphs with Roland? Did you make a table? No, you don't know what I'm talking about.
0?
No. The first question, did you do these graph questions with Roland? You would have. The graph of this.
okay.
You remember doing the graph of this? Oh, okay.
I mean, multiply cosine b theta.
Okay, never mind. The biggest value is 3, and then the smallest value is 1. So the graph is between 1 and 3.
I thought minus 1.
Yeah, that's sine. This is 2 sine plus 1. Right, okay. Either you didn't do it that way or you don't remember it. So as a homework, I need you to watch the video graph, sine, cos, tan, or whatever it's called. It might also be called trigonometry graphs.
But there is no tan.
I only did one example of tan in my lesson. It's the graph of sine, cos, tan. Or, yeah, graphing perhaps.
Stephen,
Yes.
why did you take the y minus 1 over 2 equals sine x as
Take the 1 to the left. Divide by 2.
No, yes, I know, but why did
Because we're pretending we're trying to solve this. To try and figure out what we need.
so why didn't you say sine x minus y minus 1 over 2?
I could have said y minus 1 minus 2 sine x equals 0. When is this solvable? See, it's not, for this one it's not so clear because is it linear? No. It's not linear because it's not x, it's sine x. Is it quadratic? No. It's what type of equation? A trigonometry equation. So it's like those equations you did in semester 1, like, you know, like sine 2x equals 0.5 or something. Do you remember solving those? Yeah. So Oh, you make me worried. You would do like sine inverse 0.5. So here you would have to do sine inverse, but you can only do that if it's between -1 and 1.
It's me 15.
What's 15?
The 8.
What do you mean x is 15? Where?
The 2x inverse in. No,
Two-
the last.
This?
Yeah. It's equal 15.
15?
15.
Yeah, okay, no, but I wasn't really solving it, it was just an example. Please, I'm tired. I'm overworked.
Steven, if you were me, what would you do? What would you do?
If I were you,
Mhm.
I don't know.
In study.
Huh?
In study.
In study?
Mhm.
Study what?
Study everything.
Your study is fine for maths and physics. Your problem really is English. Maybe you need to, I don't know, buy some or read some English books.
Science.
I know. Well, I even just think general English books. Like, they have these books, I think they're called readers, and they're English books, like English stories, but they're made for people who are learning English. So you read a book and you learn English, and the English is different levels. So maybe you can find a story that you like. What books do you like?
Romantic.
I'm sure there's romantic readers, yeah. You'll find something.
That's the book. The romantic book in English.
Yeah, but these books are written for people who are learning English. They use simple English.
But what kind of book I can read?
Whatever you like, it doesn't
But
matter.
I only like romantic books.
But I'm sure they have that too.
Yeah, if they have, but maybe they have, but the romantic book in English, I don't like it. It's not romantic than the
Okay, well then some other book then. You can have sci-fi, horror.
horror.
Yes.
No.
Hey. Right, did you write this down?
Yes.
Yep. Okay. What about the implicit derivatives, or whatever else we did last week? We did implicit and
Domain.
domain, product, quotient, and chain. Yeah, product, quotient, chain,
Yeah.
implicit, and range is what we've been doing so far. Have a look.
Let's do the quotient.
Well, you don't have any questions in front of you.
Yeah, but kind of.
No. Well, at least open up Moodle and you make teacher tired and hungry.
Steven,
Yes.
should I change class?
Maybe. Easy English novel for beginners, that's what we want. Yeah, you've got, they have a list here of 6 simple stories for learning English. Yeah. Anyways, you could look for something like this. In fact, some of them are free.
Nah.
No? Okay. Right, did you find the question there, Adnan? Or anybody else? Do you want them to know about your decision? Maybe they can help.
Hmm?
Maybe they can help.
How come?
They can give you their opinion. They can help you decide
Decide what?
what you want to do.
What I want to do?
Yeah, what do you want to do?
I don't know. Should I need to change that?
Did you get all your results? You got your physics? You got your EAP? Did you get your chemistry? Did you get your maths? Wait until you get those, then you can decide. I think your maths was your best.
Huh?
I think your maths was your best result. It's
What time did we get the master?
get the what?
Master.
Yeah, Roland has them. I don't know where he is. He doesn't work all week, you know. He only works like 3 days. I have to find them and get the papers off him. He has them. He has your papers.
I thought Dennis.
Yeah, I think he's in today. When I see him, if I see him later today. My problem is I'm teaching until 2 o'clock. No, I'm teaching until 3 o'clock. So he could be gone by 3 o'clock. So I need to try and get in touch with him. Yes? Okay, which question? No?
And the domain are like
Yeah?
tan inverse x.
Tan inverse x, okay.
So
Tan inverse or tan?
tan inverse x.
Are you sure? Okay. Something, what, you mean something like this?
Yeah, what is the domain or range for tan x?
That's what I thought. Right, so something like this. Okay, so firstly, what's the domain? Who can tell me the domain here?
Or real.
Very good, all real numbers. That's the domain. Now time for the range. So we say y equals tan x. Is it linear? No. Is it quadratic? No. It's one of these trigonometry equations. So you would have to do tan inverse y to figure out what the answer is. Can you use any value of y?
No.
Yes, you can. This is actually, tan is unusual. You can actually use any value of y for tan. So the range is also all real numbers. And this again is because of the graph. If you were to graph tan, the graph of tan looks like this.
Because tan inverse y equal 1 over 1 plus x squared, so 1 plus x squared is always solvable. If I solve tan inverse y equal x, I will get 1 over 1 plus x squared. So 1
Would
plus,
you?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
I don't know about this, my Sharif.
You did this in class.
No, that was for implicit. That's a different thing.
But the same value for tan inverse.
Yeah, but I'm not looking for a derivative here. Okay, maybe we should continue then. Yeah. Can you please make a note in your notebook to watch the video on the sine cos tan graphs?
Solving or sketching?
Drawing.
Just the graphs, since it seems like you didn't know what I was talking about. So the graphing, the drawing, the sketching of it. Can you make a note of that in your notebook? Did you write it down?
Can you do more the because
Which type?
like this?
Okay, but there's not much else to say. Like if I said fx equals, I don't know, 2 cos x plus 3 or something. What's the domain? Domain is R, all real numbers. Yep. So we say y equals 2 cos x plus 3. Y minus 3 over 2 equals cos x. You can only solve for x if this is a number between minus 1 and 1, because we need to get the cos inverse to solve for x. So it's only solvable when this is bigger than or less than minus 1 and 1.
Why?
Why?
The cos is also between, the bigger cos is also between minus 1 and 1.
Yeah, sin and cos always
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah. So, we have minus 2 less than or equal to 2. If I add 3 to both sides, I get this as the answer. So the answer is 1 to 5 is the range. It's the same as the last one. Does it make sense? Yeah.
Oh, tan and cosine.
Well, sine and cos is the same. We haven't done cotan yet, or cosine, cosec, or got confused. Sec, cosec, or cotan. Sine and cos is the same. Tan is special. Tan is special because tan x, the domain is all real numbers, and the range is all real numbers. So if I had something like tan 2x plus 1, I know the domain and the range is all real numbers. So tan is actually an easy one. Okay. Yeah. Shall we continue now? I think we've given plenty of time to domain and range. It's important that you try these at home. At the very least, you should try the exam questions of it as a minimum, because that's what you have to do at the end of the year. Alright, and also during the week, if you think of questions, you should circle them or write them down in your notebook so we can do them on a Monday then, from the previous week, okay? Yes, but that only works if you do questions at home. Then you discover problems. And it also only works if you're in class too. Right, Mir, if you watch this later. Okay.